original from the Shuttleworth collection at Old Warden. Newport burst into the air and passing up towards the western end of the airfield there. An aircraft that first flew and entered service in 1916. Its so-called sesquiplane design, or 1.5 wing design as it might otherwise be dubbed, whereby one wing, the lower one in this case, is smaller than the other. This brought with it certain structural disadvantages in terms of vigorous air combat, but the Newport 17 was still an excellent fighter. It had a good top speed, favourable rate of climb, and it was agile. It was introduced by France's Aéronautique Militaire, and at that time it was well able to take on the likes of the Fokker E3, the Eindecker, that was the dominant German fighter at that period of the First World War. And these Newports were flown by numerous French and British ace pilots of the First World War, plus the famous US manned Escadrille Lafayette. Indeed, this replica appears in those markings, but also taking centre stage now in the lead, the BE-2E, followed by the Bristol F-2B fighter. BE-2s were based here at Duxford with one of the training units that was stationed here early in the RAF history. This is former number 35 training depot station, stationed here from September 1918 until April 1920. The BE-2 family, BE standing for Blériot Experimental, was constructed for stability in the reconnaissance role. This perhaps renders the aircraft in its various versions a little vulnerable, at least to ground fire, but it remained a very effective weapon. It was developed through successive variants for myriad roles in the air combat of the Great War. This is the BE-2E, which entered service like the Newport in 1916. This was with the Royal Flying Corps, sent to RFC units in France, and serving in significant numbers with reconnaissance and artillery spotting squadrons. The engine on this replica is a beautiful reconstruction of the original, the 90 horsepower RAF-1A air-cooled unit. That's a product of the Vintage Aviator Limited in New Zealand. And the World War I Heritage Trust, which operates this aircraft, this one being based in Bicester in Oxfordshire, in the midst of very ambitious plans that it is indeed fulfilling to commemorate the centenary years of the First World War. It's been a major contributor to the resurrection of Stowe Mary's World War I airfield in Essex. E-2E followed here by the Bristol F-2B fighter. A slightly later design, the F-2B model entering service in March 1917. The F-2A that preceded it was slightly disappointing, and the first use of it indeed seemed disastrous. That was during the Arras offensive of spring 1917. But the tactics changed, not least to make better use of the rear gunner in the two-seat aircraft. And then along came the F-2B with its standard engine, the wonderful Rolls-Royce Falcon. Bristol ace of the war with the Canadian pilot Andrew McKeever. The aeronautical breed, sometimes of the civil material, 16 men of their military contemporaries. The oldest of the trio is the little red black racer that is the quite a gamble when it first appeared. Second place as it did during several selections off the Gladiator, with it making its public flying debut for historic aircraft collection, Hawker Fury. As you can see, a very, very sleek aircraft for its day. The first prototype actually had a fixed undercarriage, but obviously on later models this was changed to a retractable one. The aim was for a range of 1,000 miles and a top speed of 200 miles an hour plus. It had 5 seats, including that for the pilot plus luggage space. The cost, well, that was in base model form from $14,000 initially, given that the average cost per house in the US in 1933 was somewhere around $6,000. You can see that buying one of these aircraft was not a cheap proposition. And they often competed in transcontinental Bendix Trophy races across the US. Often in large part because of the 7W's excellent range of circa 1,000 miles. And it had a cruising speed of 200 miles an hour in its day. So the owner of this one reduces that generally to 100 miles an hour. Main US fighters of the 1930s, the Boeing P-26, the pea shooter. An aircraft of similarly close coupled configuration, albeit the P-26 first flew some 3 years later. As part of those 1929 National Air Races was staged the inaugural Thompson Cup, the unlimited free-for-all speed contest of that event. And the first example of the mystery ship was flown by Doug Davis, and despite the fact that he had to circle an extra time round a pylon he'd cut inside on the course, he won at an average speed of 195 miles an hour. Many of the other leading contenders in that Thompson Cup race were military aircraft of the day, like the Army's Curtiss XP-30. There were some very famous pilots of their day who flew mystery ships. One of them was a well-known female aviator, Florence Pancho Barnes, who used one to win the 1930 Women's Air Derby and to break Amelia Earhart's Women's Air Speed record.